Hi guys, so in today's video I'm gonna do a tag, and let me just find it. It's called the throwback tag. So I'm just gonna be answering a few questions. I know this video and the last video that I made are kind of like a chat with me, kind of get to know me stuff for like videos and stuff. But I just find it that it's fun, and I just want you guys to know me a little better because I don't think you guys know me a lot. So let's get started. The first question is, what year were you born in? I was born in 1996. Do you have any pictures of yourself when you were younger? I do. I think I do. Let me see if I can find a picture. So that's one of them. And then the next one, I was even smaller. I was so little. Oh my god. That one. Let me show you the last one. This is the last one when I was little. I was so little. Alright, back to questions. What TV shows did you grow up watching? Well, growing up, I kind of had cable on and off, so I would watch Disney Channel, and then when my parents would cut it off, because they didn't want to pay for it, I would just watch PBS Kids, so like Arthur, Zaboomafu. I don't know if you guys are like old enough to know about that. But those were the shows I grew up watching. What did you want to be when you What did you want to be when you grow up, and do you still want to be that? Well, growing up, I changed my mind so many times. Like, I remember once I was like 7 years old, and my babysitter's friend worked at a bar because her bar was in her basement or something like that. So we went to visit her, but like obviously there was no one in the bar, like it was closed, but she went downstairs to make us hot dogs, and I saw like the whole thing and like the lights and everything. So when we went home, I was like, Mom, I want to be a bartender when I grow up. But obviously I didn't want to. I just was amused because of the lights and stuff. So that's like my funny what I wanted to be when I grow up. But I also wanted to be a veterinarian because I loved animals. And then I changed my mind. And then I wanted to be a nurse because I love helping people. But then as I got older and I saw like that you needed a whole bunch of science and all of that, I didn't like it so much. So I switched around a lot. But I declared my major this year, and I am officially gonna be majoring in human resource management with a minor in psychology. So I am very excited for that. Show a video of yourself when you were younger. I don't have videos. I mean, I do, but they're like all in cassettes, and we don't have like a cassette tape thing. If I did, I would have showed you guys, but I don't have any right now. What were your favorite toys to play with? Well, when I was younger, let's see, I had a collection of Barbies. But I didn't really play a lot with them. Like once in a while I would. I remember playing with Silly Putty. That's what it's called, right? Kind of like Play-Doh. That's what I remember playing a lot with. Other than that, like I would go out to the park or something, play sports. I played soccer since I was really little. What's the most embarrassing thing that you can remember doing? Peeing in my pants. I remember that. That's kind of gross, but it's true. When I was little, I would go to sleep and I would dream that I was in the bathroom. So obviously if you think you're in the bathroom and you're sitting on the toilet, you think it would be okay to pee. And then I would wake up and like bam, that sure enough was not the toilet. So that's embarrassing. And no, that doesn't happen anymore. I don't pee on myself, but that's like embarrassing when I was little. Read something you wrote when you were in kindergarten. I don't don't have anything that I wrote in kindergarten. My mom probably does. Let's see. Let's see if I can remember anything. I think I would write my mom like cards, like birthday cards or stuff like that. I think once, you know how little kids just make up stuff. I was like, I love you, Mom. Thanks for being my mom. Thank you for feeding me. I love you. And like, you know how little kids like write all crooked and stuff? I was that child. 3 songs you loved to listen to as a child. Okay, I don't remember the names of the songs, but I can tell you like the people who sung it. I know Backstreet Boys. Britney Spears. Somewhere it's like, I did it again. That's all I know. That's all I remember. Oh my god. There was like Snoop Dogg's like, who let the dogs out? Those are like the main ones that I could remember right now. What was one funny thing you dressed up as for Halloween when you were younger? When I was little, nothing really funny. Probably a witch. But it was like a weird witch. Like when you were little, we would have like, it's called the CAC. It's basically like this huge room. And we would have like a Halloween party. And this was like in preschool. And I dressed up as a witch. So I had my hat and like the whole costume. And they were face painting. And I don't know why, but I had a big circle drawn on me. Like just my mouth. And it was like light blue, and it was just a circle, and it was all filled in. And in my head, like when I see it now, I'm just like, what was I thinking? Like, witches don't look like that, and I don't even know what they were face painting on me. Tell a funny story of something you remember happening when you were young. Okay, a funny story. When I was younger, I used to live with, well, I've always lived with my parents, but my sister used to live with me, right? And there came a point, like she moved in when she was 18 and she moved out when she was 21, I think. So she moved out, but like it was like the weekend before she was going to move out. And I had these water guns. And I was just like, I'm gonna surprise her with these water guns, right? So the night before, I filled up my water guns with cold water. Put them under my pillow. I knew what time my sister would wake up. And when she woke up, I was like, leave the door kind of open. It's okay. I might come in to pee. I might brush my teeth. And she didn't really think anything of it. So she hopped in the shower. And when I heard the water running, I was just like, yes, my precious. So then she hopped into the shower and I ran and grabbed my guns. I opened the shower. She was like butt naked. I was just like, yeah! Her face was priceless. I wish I owned a camera back then just to record her facial expressions. Are there any special things you've kept from when you were a child? Yes, my first pair of Jordans. These are my first pair of Jordans. Ah, my feet were so, I mean, they're kind of big for a toddler. I don't know how old I was, but these are my first pair of Jordans. And my mom also has like these pink sandals, but I just don't know where she put them. But that is something we kept when I was little. And there's other stuff too, like I have like my first bib, my first baby bottle, my first pair of shoes, my first pair of sandals. I think my mom has like my first little piece of haircut, like my hair. So I thought that was cute. I hope I can do that when I have kids. What was something weird you used to do as a child? Something weird. I don't think I was a weird child. I mean, I played sports, went to school. I don't know. I didn't even have crushes when I was little. Like, I had crushes on boys when I was like in 6th grade. That's when I started having crushes. I don't think anything weird. I did anything weird. Nothing really. I mean, I don't think it's weird, but like I would cry if my mom didn't let me use or like dress myself up. I would cry because my mom used to put me in the ugliest clothes she could possibly find. She swore they were cute, but I thought they were hideous, and she would get so mad because I would start crying. And I remember when she put me in some ugly, ugly, ugly overalls, and I was like, what are you doing? I look like a farmer. I was like in preschool, but it was so funny, but terrible. As a little kid, you do not want to wear that. What's the scariest thing you remember that happened to you when you were younger? Okay, this is easy. When I was little, my mom used to go grocery shopping at like, it was called La Isla or something like that, the island. And it was kind of in a bad neighborhood. And one day my mom was just like, just stay here with your sister. And I stayed in the car with my sister. And I looked to my right, and there's this car with white boys. And they're kind of like ghetto. And then out of nowhere, I see like a group of Mexicans walking towards the car, and they had sticks in their hands. Well, it turns out they were both gangbangers, like the white group against the Hispanic group. And they literally were like arguing, and then in my head, I was like 9 years old, and I was with my sister. She's like, don't make eye contact, don't make eye contact. I was so scared for my life. I thought someone was about to pull out a gun. I thought there was about to be a shooting somewhere here. I was so scared. And my mom was like, why didn't you guys leave? I was like, because we can't just walk past there. Like, we would have, like, gotten hit or something. And they ended up driving off, and, like, the Hispanics were just chasing them with sticks and throwing bricks at their car and stuff like that. So it was pretty scary. When you're in that moment, it's pretty scary. Now that I think about it, I'm just like, it's not that scary. But in that moment, it's terrifying. How is the world now different from how it was like when you were a child? Well, we have a black president. Obama Nation. Worldwide, I feel like there's still discrimination. There's still violence. I feel like none of that's going to change. It just will always kind of exist. What else? I mean, there's different communities. There's different people around. Things like that. But overall, in general, I don't really think the world has changed, or wherever I live in has changed, because I personally haven't moved anywhere, so everything's pretty much the same. That was the last question, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you like these tags. I might do a challenge next week, or I might have already done it, depending on what order I upload it. But yeah, let me know if you like these types of videos, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!